Roll down.
All right. Ask and you shall receive.
There you go.
Would like to call to order the Hendry County School Board Tuesday, October 6, 2020 regular meeting. Would you, if so inclined, please stand and join us in reciting the invocation and pledge. Our Father,
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and glory forever. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Superintendent, do we have any recognitions tonight?
We have a recognition for Ms. Janetta Brown, who is a CMS paraprofessional. She is not here, and we will get her the appropriate information in recognition.
Thank you. Have we received any citizen comment on agenda items, or is there any citizens present who would like to comment on agenda items? Okay, we've not received any citizen comment. We're going to move forward to the consent agenda. Is there anything on the consent agenda that any member of the board would like to have pulled for further discussion? Okay. Seeing that there's no pulls from the consent agenda, Superintendent, may I have your recommendation?
Madam Chair, I recommend approval of the consent agenda.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The consent agenda passes unanimously. Moving forward to action items, new personnel allocation request.
Madam Chair, I recommend approval for this. This is an applicant liaison. It's supplemental academic instruction through the federal program, providing services support to ELL students at Lewiston High School.
Okay, I have the recommendation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, action item 4A passes unanimously. Under board member business, item A, policies, permission to advertise. Superintendent, do I have your recommendation? Or may I have your recommendation?
I would recommend that we advertise policy 2266
And
and 5517.02.
okay, we have the recommendation.
What would be a deletion?
5517.02 would be the deletion. We have the superintendent's recommendation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And board member business item A passes unanimously. We have the financial statement on there, which is an FYI, and it doesn't require board action. So with that, do we have any board member business by district? Reverend Brown, do you have anything? Board member business?
No, ma'am, not at this time.
Dr. Byrd?
No, thank you.
Mr. Basswood?
I'm good, thank you.
Ms. Nelson?
Just welcome back, Mr. Pletty. I'm glad that you're doing okay.
Okay, I have a couple of items. The first one, I want to talk about, actually, I don't want to do the talking, imagine that, about an email we got today from Mr. Swindle, talking about the excellence in the program and how much it's grown, and so would you mind saying a few words?
Yeah, absolutely. So we received an email, and that was a synopsis from the State of Florida Department of Education, the workforce funding model. And it showed Hendry County Schools workforce development receiving a 43.5% increase in funding, and based on the performance of the end of 19 school year. It was by far, it was more than 10% higher than any other county in the state increase in funding. It's absolutely indicative of some phenomenal teachers, some great programs, engagement from the community. I'm very proud of the staff and how hard they work, and so I hope that you as a board and the community realizes that we collectively are building a gym of workforce development in Hendry County, and we by far are exceeding the rural expectations of rural Florida, and I'm very proud of what we have to offer. Thank you for recognizing that.
Thank you, Mr. Swindle. The second thing I want to ask about are after-school programs and when we are going to, if they've started, and if not, when can we anticipate the beginning of after school to start?
I would like to ask Dr. Bundy to chime in on this.
Can you hear us, Dr. Mundy?
Hello, I'm here. I'm upstairs. Do I need to come down?
No, ma'am. I was just asking the question regarding after-school programs, if they've started yet, and if not, when are we anticipating them to start up?
Yeah, it's kind of gurgled a little bit. So, can you text me your question real quick?
I will. When do after school?
But if you want to come on down, but the question is, when will after-school programs start? Or are they starting, or do we have a plan for them to start? So that,
Yes,
if you can hear me, that's what the question is.
Yep, perfect. So yes, the after-school programs are being planned right now. We have the migrant program and the ELL program. Clifton Middle School is planning one for spending their UNICEF fund. And then also principals will start planning after the principals meeting on Thursday. They'll have more detail so they can start planning their programs. It's been a little bit difficult trying to negotiate the precautions piece. You know, how do we still keep the cohorts together without creating new cohorts of students for the after-school program? So it's just been a little bit more time-consuming than normal, but we are working on it. Thank you for asking.
Hey, thank you for your feedback. All right, that wraps up what I had for board member business. Superintendent, do you have anything?
Just that with what but if I could piggyback on what Dr. Bundy is saying, we have been very, very fortunate in Hendry County that we have been, because of our vigilance in watching this virus, we've had to close one classroom, we have not had to close any schools. And so I really would stress the fact that all the principals and our directors who are doing this keep safety in mind. I'm speaking out of experience. I did not contract COVID at school. At the best that they can determine, I contracted it on a gas tank or an ATM. So you have to be very, very careful that we do not want people coming into the school, and we can apologize later, but we do not need people coming in infecting our students and our adults who work. It is not a pleasant experience. And, you know, because we were vigilant even in our protocols, I was ill, but no one in the county office who I worked with had to be tested because we maintained the protocol. No one in the schools had to be tested because I maintained the protocol while I was there. So that is when Dr. Money talks about the plan that she's working on, to me, that is still extremely important. It is not a fun experience to go through. So, and that's my lecture for tonight. I would like to remind the board members that we need an executive session, and we will take just a few minutes to go over that also. I want to ask some clarification. We have one board member elect. Would it be appropriate for him to stay for the executive session? Okay, sorry. In November.
Okay. Well, and Dr. Mundy and to everybody in our schools, what superintendent said is absolutely correct. And I just want to thank everybody for their vigilance in maintaining those protocols, so we haven't had similar outcomes as you know, even as close as neighboring districts with having to shut down on large scale. So, and that's very important. And I think, you know, I thank Dr. Money for keeping that in mind when she's planning these after-school activities and ensuring that the kids stay in their cohorts. And I realize the layers of challenges that it's adding to an already rigorous job. But I just wanted to say thank you for keeping that in mind and everybody doing their part to keep our schools open. So with that, if we don't have any further comment from the board, I will adjourn the meeting, and we'll immediately